we'll do this, and like, happy birthday stream. This is what this will be.
Sure, let's do it. Let's put it that way.
Just a happy stream.
Happy stream.
Okay.
I
don't have a.
I should run upstairs quickly and down my Bob Ross mug.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, hold on. Wait, oh yeah, we don't have a Malcolm.
Okay, you know what? When we take a break, we need to refill. I'll grab my Bob Ross mug.
This is the. Oh no, wait. There's child farmer. Hold on. What is this? Child farmer. Okay, there's a child ladder. Oh, I forgot we're in the last part of this case. That's fine. I'm trying to remember. I have to jog my memory. I'm trying to jog my memory. How does one brain?
We had Lana tell us that it was Gant, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Lana tell us it was Gant. Because, like, her and Gant's,
Alright.
ship.
I have to change voices because this isn't in the past now. God damn it. Hey.
Because it's Phoenix.
Well, it's Phoenix. Well, Phoenix uses the same voice, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's just the defendant's lobby, alright? But there's no defendant. Also, this is good OJ. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if this freaking OJ is so good. Jesus.
I don't know who this is.
Oh, it's Edward! Nani, Edward!
God. Christ, I have the little voices. Oh no.
You made Edris very classy. He was a classy.
He was a very classy boy.
Somehow.
Classy.
He was a classy boy.
Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777 too many sevens ID number is, that is.
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Also, you want some OJ? It's pretty good.
Is it now?
Yeah, it is. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. That number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True.
Oh, good
Yeah.
lord, my nerves, I need better one now. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes right, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty.
Oh, but she didn't do it.
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Well, that's hiding something, and the only way we'll never know the truth is to draw it out from her.
The truth?
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it. See you in court, right?
This is some damn good OJ. Anyway, this is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now.
New headcanon behind the scenes, Phoenix is just constantly chugging a glass of OJ.
Oh, sir, are you okay? Yes, just give me fucking more OJ.
Also, everyone
Oh no, I have to
proud
do
of
the judge
me.
voice.
My friend gifted me Ghost of Tsushima for my birthday, and I started playing it, and now I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get so invested in this game.
Hold on.
That intro is so good, though.
Quiz now session for the trial of the trial of Miss Lana Sky. I'm having some OJ. Oh, hope you have your honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Alright, well, I see Mr. Wright is enjoying the OJ. I had it handpicked from the state of Florida, so I hope you like it. Anyway, normally, this is where the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. That's some damn good OJ. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gant. Oh, I gotta do Gant. Since Malcolm isn't here.
Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, OJ, been back to the pool yet? Oh, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
Drowning in work, not orange juice.
Oh, shit.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours?
You be quiet, Edgeworth. No one likes you.
Lana, that's to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel that she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Well, Lana, that's you.
Excuse me.
What's this all about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished.
Well then, what's your request? And make it snappy. I'm enjoying my OJ right now.
Did you grab some of Phoenix's OJ?
I really do hope there's extra OJ. I need some later.
Well, speak up.
Your Honor, I'd like to put an immediate end to this trial.
Huh?
Maybe so Wright and Edgeworth can get more OJ, but, I could
Okay,
plus...
sorry. I'm just gonna say this now, just while I'm thinking about it. Andrew, you checked that this is recording this time, right?
Yes, okay, calm down. I can see it on the screen. Relax.
Just making sure.
No, don't worry,
Because
don't worry.
if people were missing our prime OJ conversations, then that would be so sad.
No, it's fine. You're being heard.
Okay. I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered a Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
No. Lana!
Oof. Sorry, Mr. Wright.
You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea!
In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
But Lana!
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Well, her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue the trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
This can't be happening.
It appears the time for verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Woohoo!
No, one moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth!
That is okay. Ahem. Prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature.
Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut,
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
What?
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal, hmm? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh, to whom? 1 second. Crap, I'm out of OJ. Damn it!
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony.
Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Kent? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words.
Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. And good timing, because I'm out of OJ! Ah!
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark Killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is. Well, are you going to pass me the OJ or not?
Okay then, here.
Thank you.
Oh, you sure gave in fast.
Now then. Please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
Trip to the yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. I'm sad, actually. I finished all my OJ. Damn it!
So sad. Rest in peace, OJ. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well, the defense may begin cross-examination.
Wait,
Your
hold on.
Talk, Phoenix.
Hold it. I thought she already forfeited her right to an attorney. So why am I still cross-examining her? That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's because Edgeworth made a thing saying the prosecution doesn't, so, like, basically, I don't know.
That's a good question.
It's called Ace Attorney Universe.
2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? You know, my ancestor could learn a thing or two about asking questions.
Yes. She was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Kant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gat and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
A man?
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
You know, for a serial killer, he sure dresses pretty nicely, actually.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky in Gant's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him.
What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Almost forgot about Gant.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in?
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But
Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out.
The lights!
It was just about this time of the year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby.
So, the electricity went out?
Wait a minute. If there was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right. But just then, lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of this scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes. A Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago?
Yes. That's what was so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw.
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning.
While the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if we added the statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh no, I thought. Right. No, this is not Ace Attorney. This is not what I'm thinking of.
Were you trying to examine the evidence?
Yeah, I was like, wait, no, hold on. This isn't Great Ace Attorney. Calm the fuck down, Andrew. Okay, anyway. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet, I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken.
But I did draw it, I swear. I'm just not imagining it.
This picture to imagery, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again.
Well, anyway, let's continue.
Clear handprints can be seen on the cloth. Belongs to Emma. Ah, there it is.
Aha!
Let's go look at it again. The picture is drawn on the back of evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Phoenix, you know, you could maybe update the evidence list?
This scene that imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us?
Okay, I think this is correct. I'm just gonna... Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence!
Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may be, well, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident.
Please turn it over, Your Honor. Ha! I kind of wish maybe people back then may have done that. Sorry, I'm just...
No, look at, look
Turn
at the
it
back of
over.
the back.
Turn it over. Turn it. Ah! Ah! What's this?
I'm sorry, am I crazy for thinking that is the exact same line that was used in Greatest Attorney?
Yeah, it is, I think.
Yes, what is that? It's my
Edgeworth.
drawing, Edgeworth. It's
I
my
did not realize that was
drawing.
Edgeworth.
It's my drawing, Edgeworth.
Oh, see, there you go.
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Emma with her little boots.
Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh? These lists. They're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were just handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What?
Order, people! Assholes! God. But, Miss Sky, why didn't you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor!
Oh, wait, Mr. Wright! Your eyes are bulging from your head.
If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
Oh, really? I was just gonna do internal screaming and chorus.
I don't know why, but like you gotta come up with better.
Did you guys watch the TikTok I sent?
Yes, I did. It's glorious.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth?
Do you even have to ask?
Just needs a moment to compose himself. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn in the back of my list.
You asshole.
It's that thing.
That thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room!
Oh god, I can hear the song already.
Mr. Edgeworth, please make it stop.
You
I
can
don't-
hear it too.
Yeah, I don't need more nightmares.
Alright.
Please help
We'll
me!
get through this, then we'll go to therapy together, alright?
Edgeworth, why?
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he
And
was
by
out of
vandalism,
scrap.
I mean demon spawn.
I guess he was out of scrap paper. Evidence list restored.
Verbal witness!
I'm gonna go take a look at that for a second. It doesn't really make anything for me.
Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Psst, Emma, stop thinking about that creepy music for once.
I can't. It's stuck.
What's wrong with Emma? She's still scared out by the blue badger? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. I really hope she wasn't thinking about suicidal thoughts.
What do you mean? I'm always thinking about suicide. Ah, no. Edgeworth promised to take me to therapy, so. This is a picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
To think that a flashlight could burn such an image in your mind!
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to rescue you?
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor.
Barry tried to take grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure this is exactly what you saw?
Of course. In This is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives?
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. I better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. Oh!
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. So, I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims that this is exactly the scene that was imprinted on her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Well, press everything. Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Sky.
2 or 3 days later. The memory should have been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted in all black?
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here!
Anyway, this picture.
I don't know what I'm trying to present here. Okay, so that's the picture. That's clearly not the blue badger. I think. I'm just trying to wrap my head about what's going on here. Cause of death, single stab wound piercing to the heart and lung. Died from blood loss another 10 minutes. Weapon found in the wound was missing tip. Oh, cool. My mark was on there. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture at the witness jail contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright?
Sorry, I will be right back.
Perhaps it'd be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
I don't know, actually. I don't know! I didn't think this through. I'm pretty sure it's the knife. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife that the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see the tip's broken.
If you don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright.
But, Mr. Ray, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken, too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
There's a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Jack was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. No. Take over! Quick!
And where,
I'm
pray
back.
tell? Oh, Kyle's back. Okay.
Oh, Kyle's back. Perfect. Just in time.
Hey.
Right when I need to speak words.
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should be not yet broken.
Ah! What's the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right. But what does this mean?
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
That's why I asked her so many times if she's sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten it already? About a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that this broken knife and tip might just be a piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
Oh. Ah!
Order, people!
Scream.
Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me at once to go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony on that day. After receiving the King Prosecutor's Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
Wait. I'm not lying. That man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
Well, there are chances of being two broken knives.
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have really been one? I'm gonna say there's another knife, maybe. The witness is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw. Can't just be explained by simple observational error.
Mr. Wright.
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I right? Is it that pointy thing there? I'm trying to jog my memory.
I think it might be. No, if she's...
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here in this picture. This is a picture. Oh. Edgeworth.
This is the picture of the awards ceremony. Ah!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding.
That's a broken knife.
As we earlier concluded, the knife drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was all the likelihood from this award.
Alright, people, shut the fuck up!
Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given the broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
But that can't be.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the king of prosecutors' award knife was the murder weapon, then the murder and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh!
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
That's true. What's going on here?
It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Uh-oh.
Wait, I remember now. I remember everything.
Witness?
Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it?
could you show me your evidence list again, please?
His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back?
Knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
What?
You drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time. I drew this picture.
Ah! It's back of my head!
God, make it stop.
The nightmares.
Badgers in my dreams.
All this time, I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me.
Oh, thank you! Oh, it's over.
I
Hopefully.
think all of us need therapy after this.
I think we do.
I agree.
I might need to join you on that. Anyway, perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Sky?
Someone's in chat. Hello.
Hi,
Oh.
can I throw Kyle for like 2 seconds?
Yes, I'm doing a testimony, so yes, you can borrow Kyle.
Kyle, I'm abducting you to the Shadow Realm for 2 seconds, and I will be back. I will give him back very shortly.
Oh, Edgeworth! Where are you going? Well, you're being banished to the Shadow Realm!
He's leaving us
I'm
for
abducting him
therapy.
to the Shadow Realm.
Oh my god, he's been put in the Shadow Realm. No! Anyway, first the blue knife mix up and now the blue badger. This should be interesting. Oh,
Are you calling me interesting?
yeah, hold on. Game? Controller?
Hello? Game?
There you go.
Oh,
I just
there you go.
unplugged the camera. I have to unplug the controller.
Oh, rip. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He was in the room, but I'm sure I saw a shadow.
Well, this is certainly most unusual.
Okay, I guess I gotta do Edgeworth. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
I'm back.
Hey!
Yay!
Oh, what the hell?
Stop! Please, don't pursue this any further.
What now?
What is the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. It's over there in that corner for a reason.
But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that?
Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Oh, we just...
Sorry, I'm gonna disappear again for like 1 minute. I'm just gonna get a drink.
Okay. What do you mean you think? Oh, Emma?
It all happened so fast. And I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. This guy was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next?
Are you sure about this? Seriously?
Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't even exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I too was surprised when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Now I finally remember.
Oh, brother. Just when you thought that the thing had caused enough commotion and pain and therapy.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
His shadow. So you mean you didn't actually see his face when, with its winning smile and all that? Scary.
That's right, but I still remember it. It had 3 creepy horns.
Oh, good lord, the Badger's back. Also, I'm back, and as promised, I had the Bob Ross photo.
Okay.
Perfect. Also, Edgeworth, it's your line.
Ahem. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may be well. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, but I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what the shadow really was.
I will as soon as I save. What was Emma saw?
Of course.
What was it Emma saw when she saw the lightning flash? Who is this Blue Badger really? Blue Badger hadn't even jumped up when Emma drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw this shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the Blue Badger. Something that's now sitting in this very courtroom.
Mr. Wright!
In this room. Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in the instant?
The mysterious Blue Badger was in fact this!
That's... what is that exactly?
I believe it's some sort of jar.
But, Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the Blue Badger.
Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Our viewpoint?
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. No! No!
He's haunting my dreams.
It's staring into our souls.
He's haunting my dreams.
It's going to consume all of us.
Is this the right orientation?
I think you gotta like tilt it backwards a little bit.
Yeah, I think you need to get from the bottom up. Yeah, like that. But like,
So
rotate
spin
it,
it clockwise like 180. Yeah, like that.
and then
And then tilt
No.
it forward a bit. The other way.
yeah, no, yeah.
Oh my god.
It does.
Ah! Ah! It scares me!
Badger sees all.
This isn't right. I gotta make it look like a badger.
Allow me to remind the defense its case hinges on the witness's drawing. If Mr. Wright can't match the shape the witness drew, we cannot accept his claim.
I've got to find the right angle. Maybe I should rotate it vertically a bit more or horizontally.
Come on, Mr. Wright. You can do it.
What? I thought I had it the right way.
I thought you did too.
Yeah, so did I. Tilt it. Fun. Go back to how you had it before. Tilt.
Oh, I gotta make it look like it, right?
You might have to nudge it like a little bit to the side, but I think that, and then like down a little bit. Like a smidge more.
How's that? Actually, that looks like a perfect
I
match.
think that'll work.
This isn't right!
Oh, come on!
How specific do you have to be, game?
But maybe we're looking at it the wrong way. We're looking at it the wrong way? No, this is technically the right way. I'm very scared right now. Maybe the other way?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, come on! Seriously?
Weird. I don't remember this being that hard.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be this hard. Alright, fine. You want me to go all the way down? Okay, Edgeworth, calm down! I know, like... Is it this way? Can't be this way, is it?
Keep going. Keep tilting it backwards, just like a little bit at a time. Keep going. Ah, damn it, no.
No, that's definitely not it.
You know what? I'm kind of just guessing now.
I feel like we had it right, but I don't know why it's not.
I feel like it's just off by like the smallest little bit. It's screwing us
Yeah.
somehow.
God, please stop with the blue badger. Oh my god.
There we go! Finally! Damn it! My god. Anyway. Well, is this a miracle or what? Because I really want to fucking smash this jar! No one could possibly deny this charge rebellious to the Blue Badger.
God, it's so scary.
No. It can't be!
Order, people! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually just...
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains.
Well, I wouldn't call it dramatic. I'd call it more raging. Thank you very much.
What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. It's not just a jar, but we'll go with it anyways.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed? Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now from when the witness saw this jar? The location?
Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw the jar.
At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf on the office of Damon Gant.
But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office?
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly. If there wasn't a real reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what the reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf that the jar was sitting on, what would you have hit? Emma?
Let's see the farmer holding a very sharp, dangerous-looking sword.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to be Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes. There's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator would have been no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
Events took place as the defense theorizes, and the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh, shit.
Ugh.
You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No!
Thud. Oh, the
Down
TARDIS
she goes.
landed.
Down she goes.
I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented!
What? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances,
No, Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin a crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
Evidence?
I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
So we can't get dead people. Well, we certainly can't get dead people to testify. We're not at that point yet.
Not for like another 5 years.
This has to have all been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
Touche, Miss Sky. Of course, but that only leaves us with one possibility.
I mean, there's still another possibility.
What do you mean, Miss Edgeworth?
I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life, in one manner or another.
That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I get to think back to the court
There
record.
it is.
The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer?
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek: the truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
I'm pretty sure it's the jar, right?
I actually think it's the handprint on the right there.
I think it's a jar.
This is the message from the deceased. Right. Exactly.
Never mind, I was wrong.
I told you. I told you.
I was figuring it was gonna be like a strap in his jacket or something.
I think it's a jar.
I'm pretty sure it's the jar because I literally saw that.
If it's not that, it's probably the jar.
Yeah.
This is the message left by the deceased.
This is that Blue Badger from before, right?
Oh, is he just gonna speak the killer's name?
I see Miss Sky too has seen the demon in blue.
I have. Several times.
When this is over, we must exorcise the demon.
Mr. Edgeworth, I will bring the salt. Mr. Wright, you bring the holy water, and I'll bring Gumshoe and the Blue Badger.
Excellent. Exorcism followed by much therapy.
Yeah, I may be in prison by then, but
I'll have one visit you.
thank you.
Oh my god. Looks like everyone's just forgotten this is just a jar and not the freaking nightmare in blue.
Oh god, it's upsetting.
Alright.
It's affecting our perception of reality.
Alright. A message was left here on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see faint trail marks in this jar.
It looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments is not wiped away.
Yes, there's a line here drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is these were once lines.
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to leave behind a message.
One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar when the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent.
No.
Mr. Wright, what kind of message does the victim leave for us?
Your Honor, I believe this blood sense will reveal to us the answer.
I see it now.
See it too.
I know. Hey, drawing lines.
Hey, that's cool.
It's the defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why I've all been. That's why all I've been thinking about saving is Lena. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma.
So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
Of all the people. She may have not meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life
Was Emma Sky.
See, Worthy, can't say it. Can't say I didn't warn you.
Chief Gant.
Do you understand the implications of what you just done?
What? What are you talking about?
2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not?
Ah,
Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
Oh,
son of a...
But Joe Dark was really serial murder. That's undeniable.
I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice.
What?
We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
Oh.
What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How can he stand there just like that? It was nothing. It wasn't his fault. Order! Order, people! Order!
oh, jeez Louise.
The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial headed, no one knows.
They gasp.
Hey.
Legasp.
Hey! They gasp. Oh, how the turntables have turned.
Alright, this is the last one.
Oh.
Oh, finally.
Alright. Sorry, Edward. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
Oh,
Damn it.
that's you, that's all you.
Gum
Oh,
shoot,
not intimidating, pals.
gum shoot, gum shoot, gum shoot, gum shoot.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making the detective run around all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen half your people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again?
Well, let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial.
Evidence law. Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day.
Chief Prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
A message?
She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book.
Him. I guess I'll need this. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read.
Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though.
Hold on, can you hold on for a second? I'm just reading.
Sure, I'll just sit here with my head turned.
No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence, presented evidence must be relevant to the case on trial.
All that's left now is the Chief Prosecutor's sentence.
That's where you're wrong, Detective. Detective?
Oh,
Don't you?
haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Surprisingly, it hasn't actually affected me, except my mental capabilities, but sure.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
the inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have
Struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and...
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
A solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has been found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. The prosecution's a babe.
Since when were you a prosecutor, right?
Then it is settled. The defense may call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the one witness, this trial is as good as over.
Defense calls. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
As the defense partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Oh, I gotta do Gant now. Crap.
I'm just here vibing, you know?
Fair enough. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What's this? Some kind of practical joke? I'm just on my way to lunch!
Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
So, you want to play hardball, eh? Here, you want to take over as judge? Because my throat's kind of hurting, so...
Okay, I really suck at the judge, but I will try. Please, Mr. Cat. I'm gonna do that for him now.
Fine. My name is Tim again, and the acting chief of police!
Oh my god, my ears! Anyway, now, Chief Gant, please, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, right, what's with the good face?
First, let's clear up this SL line incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered the prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You're aware, of course, that the police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true? Oh, Judge.
Right, so, the chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Sorry.
Love it.
Are you okay, Your Honor? You sound really dead.
I'm always dead inside.
Okay then.
Your Honor, first, are you sure you don't want maybe some lozenges? I have a few in my pocket for emergencies if you need one.
I'm sure. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Of course. Secondly, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. Huh?
You okay? You okay there, Andrew? You sound pretty dead.
Good. I'm good.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make the long story short, we slept up. The power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Is that when Dark was arrested?
Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head.
See, everything seems pretty clear-cut.
The Chief of Police has the right to refuse to testify. Then I'd better hit him hard and fast. So, the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
That's right. Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs, I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky.
What's this about a power outage?
Oh, that! The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went through his heart though.
That's not funny. Could you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together.
Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor?
Yes, apparently he hit his head and it was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Emma.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have been already know what her sister had done.
How can he know that?
Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved.
So that means you found the body on his desk.
That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway.
Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow we got the link again to that incident.
What about, he says he had nothing to do with the forgery, but yet everything was found in his safe, right? So why would he hide it?
Hmm.
So you're saying that the forgery had already been taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances.
Is that how it really went down?
Staring at the witness won't do any good, Mr. Wright. If we're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the court record.
Worthy. Always the smooth talker.
But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery?
The vase?
Let's go switch up it is. Oh, never mind.
You claim he had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that's a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office.
Knew
Take the
it!
straw, for example.
That's Blue Badger you showed us earlier.
Please, Your Honor, stop talking about that thing. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
Is that where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the legal investigation.
Chief Gant, what is the meaning of this?
Oh! Here's the defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Who? Me? What do you mean? You?
Me? What would have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do too. Isn't that right, Whiteo?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. Sorry, I need to go smoke my cigarettes. Give me 2 seconds.
My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office! Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark's conviction, after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
When investigating a crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
You don't understand. You do understand I'm the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Ooh.
Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Edgy. In return, though,
I know, that place, right?
Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? I don't like where this is going. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there's one very large benefit you reaped from all this.
oh, I was aware. What is this benefit?
That you, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh,
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I would have been next in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway.
Ah! Be careful when pointing that finger. You might wind up being the one pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There it is. There. It's out in the open now. Aji, do you mind if I change my testimony a little?
by all means, please do.
I think I know what to present here. No! Nope, 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 nope. Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, that's a good one, Riley.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, wouldn't it have helped someone out? True, you might not help anyone out for their sake, but it would benefit you if you. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to betray the chief. As a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I meant.
Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? A Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. The reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor to the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant.
But how would he profit from all of this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, she would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? That's all you get out of that? Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do... never mind.
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Right, oh my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I did such a thing? Well, I know. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she testified against Gat.
I'm afraid that without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Heh.
Unless... that is also what happened in this incident.
This, incident. What would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Just, what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. Ah!
I said,
Here, I could-
order! I said, order!
Order!
Order! Ah. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of blackmail and murder? That's, impossible.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Miss Edgeworth said in easier to understand language.
It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now.
Looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That is the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder.
Good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then.
Let's see what Mr. Wright has to got, and it better be good. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
I'm dying over here, this is fun. The judge speaks more than I thought.
I'm pretty sure it's this, right?
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the only one that shows up who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There is one ID card in the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. All those 7s.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
It's your number.
What? How did you know that?
The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7-digit? You don't mean...
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was all those 7s. The same as the remaining ID card number in that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room at the day of the crime!
Order! Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
Nothing.
The first search of my office was in violation of regulations.
And I would demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law.
No, you won't.
But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Chief Gant! So you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm the chief of police! Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want!
Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
Ha! I always go to the bathroom room alone, as I do it to the evidence room.
Detective Goodman would have happened to be in the room with you that day, would he?
Of course not! Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days!
You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. Only on that day, you had to have met the Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt!
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to ask you for evidence!
Alright, he went to meet Chief Gant on that day.
Sure would have yes?
Oh, Goodman's. This one, I think.
Ah,
Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime.
or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
So, Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give the report to the Chief of Police.
Yet you were in possession of that report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh!
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
Yes.
There's no other way that the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Exactly.
But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent his ID card.
Yes.
Yes! Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of that sort.
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
No!
Oh god, that's right.
That's such a good sprite.
Oh, it's so good.
Chief Gant, you did it!
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in the right mind who would choose the police department as a place of committed murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you! Take this dead body over here to the prosecutor's office! I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue to take up space.
How could the chief move the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence!
He probably used this. What did he use? I don't know what he used.
Wait, parking tickets? What's it say on that?
This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
Parking stub! Miles Edgeworth.
You mean?
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car! Oh,
You mean I carried the victim's body?
precisely so.
But wait, even you know. I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day.
But you did return. Tell me, why?
Ah!
So you see, what you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk!
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car!
Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have Mr. Edgeworth transport? Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation: to transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye.
Order! Order, people! What's going on here? I can't comprehend what the fuck's going on! Is there no room for rebuttal on the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Stark took of at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite.
It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gant, please say something! I believe your time is up. My time's up!
Sorry, Rido, but I'm having lunch with the district attorney general after this. We have to get going if we want to make it in time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now.
What? That's not right to be casually invoked. There's certain risks to be considered.
So you're going to just run away after all this?
Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show the proof and get it over with.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. David Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
do you have any concrete proof?
I don't think I do. I think I do, but... Do I have any concrete proof? I don't think I have proof yet, because I know where I'm going. I think I remember what happened here. It's no use showing the evidence. Let me assure myself, no, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
Siaji! In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for all your allegations against the chief.
What?
Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Rado. Seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy, I need the rest of you.
I think I fucked up. I fucked up. I did the bad ending.
I think you did fuck up.
Ah, I gotta pretend I didn't do that! I can't let him... I can't let him squirm his way out of this yet. I just had a terrible dream that I just said no. I get to keep pressure on him. Yes, Your Honor. I do have such evidence.
Then please hurry up and just remember.
I better prove that, What evidence? Ah, crap. I don't know what to present.
That note that kind of next to Blue Badger with SL9, did that have anything else? Or is that all it was? That's all it is.
No, I actually think we were on the right path with the parking stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. That's
Nothing
proof
wrong.
that... Yeah, there's nothing wrong. Like,
Thank you, Phoenix, for pointing out the obvious. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
I think it's the parking stuff.
That proves that
no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not it.
Maybe it is a piece of wood?
I seriously do think we were on the right track with the parking stub.
Yeah.
Either the parking stub or the screwdriver.
No, that doesn't do anything.
I say try the claw.
No, it's not. It's not the... Well, I guess we're doing that then. Don't don't say that.
That was close.
I'm kind of just going through the motions of like what. I'm kind of just presenting everything.
What's in the Joe Dog files?
Ah, no! Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
Not that horned print. Not that footage. Anything but that footage. Blue Badger haunts my nightmares. Ooh!
No. That's not it.
What did you just present?
The video footage, that's not it though.
Humor me. Try the locker.
Ah!
Killed him with the shoe. Okay, the shoe does not do anything. I'm just presenting everything until it does something. Maybe we did go down the wrong path. No.
I don't know. Yeah, I think we just have to say no.
No, I don't think so.
Because it's about to.
It's not like I don't think I have any
Yeah, the thing is,
conclusive
like,
evidence.
it's proof that he killed him, which we genuinely just don't have.
I can't even go back. I think I'm just gonna have to take the hit.
Hold on. I think just take the hit and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say stick with the parking.
I
Ow.
genuinely don't think we have anything that proves it.
No. I think we were on the right track with the parking thing.
Well, I think it's correct, but it's just proof that he killed him.
Hold on. Let's see how this plays out. All right, let's just see how this plays out.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, exactly. See?
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Lady Luck. Maybe we should have
Okay. You know what? No, let's keep going. Yeah.
say.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness.
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony.
But Chief Gat has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who's this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
Sure you'd not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, the defense calls for...
Defendant! Miss Lana Sky!
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the body of the victim, dispose of the victim's body, in accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defense testimony. This court is now Hold on! Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat! Listen good, Lano!
He's talking to Lano.
I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder!
This isn't good.
Of course, you never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then, I got one shit to eat.
What a fucking guy.
Okay, well, if there aren't any further objections, this court's now in recess.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
Hey, Chief. Here's something else, eh, pals?
That's the Gong Shoot!
I'm not a detective anymore.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Don't worry. I've already decided where I work now. At your office.
My office?
Sure. I'll take the place that top knotted girl used to work with.
Could you mean Maya?
Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand?
It's not fair that he has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said?
Risks. What do you mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
That's probably you, Emma.
You mean he forfeits his rights to say anything too?
Ah, see, I called it! Emma, are you okay?
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she shared everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
Oh, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel relieved somehow.
Relieved?
Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean, to follow Chief Gant's orders? She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do.
That must be why she became so cold.
It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
No, if anything, you really want to blame Miss Old Bag right over there. Stuff happens, people die. What makes you so special?
Oh,
Kyle knows that line very well.
she can't.
I have like fucking trauma from that trial.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It was not fun. Anyway.
I still can't believe you came up with that.
Anyway. Yeah.
I still haven't played Ace Attorney. I've been drowning in Neo: The World Ends With You.
No, this isn't Ace Attorney. This is like custom tech. This is like.
Oh, custom?
Yeah, this is on Ace Attorney Online case.
Oh,
Our
jeez.
friend Jeff is playing Miss Old Bag. And that's the line he came up with. I think it was like, I was defense or something, pointing out the fact that there was a body, and his response was all that was just like, yeah, so what? People die. It happens.
It's hilarious. Okay, Steve can't maybe able to fool everyone with his forgery. But he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, right. It's time to end this.
Ah, you know what the sad part is?
Oh no!
This is the end of the stream.
Rick!
I'm sorry, we were almost there, but I have to end it.
I mean, that's fair.
I am sorry. I know we're at
the trial being this long.
No, there was one. I forgot about the last part, cause I forgot Ace Attorney doesn't do the whole trial middle and trial ladder thing until like later games. So yeah.
Forgot
So-
how freaking long this trial was.
Yeah.
Jeez
But you know
Louise.
what? You know what? I'm willing to do a deal. Because we're literally at the end of the game. Literally at the end of the game. Tomorrow's stream will also be Ace Attorney. Just because I want to get the case done. Ah! I just want to finish the case. We're at the
Finally,
end.
after like ages.
Yes.
Right.
So, yeah. So we're gonna go with that. So, yeah. So
Sounds
yeah,
good.
tune in tomorrow because we're gonna do this. We're finally gonna finish it, and then maybe we'll start the next case, and then maybe we'll make it a triple stream or something. I don't know.
Triple stream.
I'll do one on Friday as well. Maybe I don't know.
For a second, I thought tomorrow was Friday, and I was like,
Nah,
oh, yes,
today is
I
Wednesday.
have Saturday off, and then I was like, oh wait.
Anyway, that's
I
it.
can't wait for Saturday.
I'm gonna go slam my head against the wall because of that case.
Yeah.
So, bye.
Bye.
Kyle.